Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me for your daily tarot. I love this exercise every day. It sort of opens up our third eye, doesn't it? For those of you who chose, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Choose the stone that draws you, the one that resonates with your intuition. And for those of you who chose this interesting stone, which frankly I'm not even sure is a stone, but it's really cool. So here we go. We have the Queen, I think it is actually, the Queen of Swords, the Three of Coins, the Six of Coins. All right. So this is Minor Arcana. So, you know, it's probably about your day or about this part of the week or something like that. But these are all positive cards. They're great cards. So the Three of Coins is building some security, something you've already begun, and it may not feel entirely established yet, but you sort of work with others to build it. And you may be the skilled artisan, and people may be admiring your work. So that's lovely. And the Queen of Swords, she's a mature figure. And she doesn't really take any nonsense. She is very logical, and she does really tend to put her emotions aside, and just be very clear-headed. Yeah. The Queen of Swords, I mean, maybe some others might experience her as blunt or, well, even sometimes stern occasionally, but she is a mature figure. This isn't the Knight of Swords. This is the Queen of Swords. So she does temper her communication with wisdom. So the Queen of Swords is a lot of times inspired. She has inspired thinking. So I love the Queen of Swords. It's a good intellect, good plan. And the Six of Coins is, you may have inequality on your mind. You may have the desire to help other people up. You may have the desire to see other people feel safer, lend them some security. You might give them something physical, money, something like that. But really, sometimes this card is an attitude, and you're just hoping that everybody feels safer. You're trying to help everybody who is downtrodden, who is the underdog, who has had a tough time lately. You know, you're trying to balance the scales a little bit. And there's something that happens today that reminds you of this card. So that's interesting. Yeah. And look at the generosity of heart you have there. And the great smarts. Figuring out what to do. And the hard work. So this is about coins. This is about practicality. This is about security. And this is about doing what's smart. So those are great cards for today. For those of you who chose the moonstone, we have all Minor Arcana. We have the Five of Swords. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Queen of Cups. So now, these are all Minor Arcana, but they're lovely because the Ace of Wands is sort of an opportunity given. It's really Spirit helping you out. And I feel like sometimes Spirit helps out by dropping the thought in your head and making you feel like, yeah, I should do this, you know? And it may not be anything huge because these are Minor Arcana. It might just be something for today, but it's sort of like, it's nice because it's a day where you feel some direction, you feel something drawing you, and it's sort of a life-giving activity. So I like that. And then we have the Queen of Cups. So I feel like you're really strong with your intuition today. You're leaning into your maturity, understanding your emotions, understanding other people's emotions, understanding the depth of circumstances and, you know, the ambiguity, the complexity of circumstances today doesn't bother you at all. It interests you. With that Queen of Cups, you might be nurturing, you might be compassionate today. So that's a tremendous card. And then the Five of Swords, I am wondering if this is about your victory and cutting something away. Sometimes swords can be thoughts. Sometimes you're cutting you're just really done with a certain thought or a certain part of your plan. Could be. Swords can be plans. Sometimes it's time to let it go. It's time to cut it loose and let it go. So there may be a moment where you feel that. And again, these are minor arcana. But sometimes, we have a plan. We have a plan for the day. And it turns out we listen to our intuition that wants to lead us somewhere else. And that's okay. We can cut loose our plans. Sometimes these are thoughts, right? Well, I've got to do what's logical. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. Well, the Queen of Cups, she's going to rely more on her intuition. If this is somebody else who is kind of having this winner-take-all attitude, that is not going to bother you today, it looks like to me, because this Queen of Cups, even if she has deep emotions about something, and she might encounter somebody like this or hear somebody like this speaking, she's just mature. She's not going to get all upset about it or anything. And in fact, it's more like focus on the life-giving direction you've got today. So this is a terrific reading. All right. For those of you who chose the blue glass bead, we have, 3 minor arcana. No wonder they weren't in the other piles so far. They were all here. So we've got the Temperance Angel, the Hermit, and the Moon. These are amazing cards. Wow. Because look at all the water. For one thing, with the Hermit, it's frozen water. There's snow. But look at all that water. So your intuition is deep today. You have an emotional understanding, a oneness with your emotions. You're insightful today. You're drawing upon them. You're drawing upon your intuition. You're drawing upon that deep well of wisdom. And it may just be giving you the next step with this Temperance Angel and the Moon, because these two are similar in that the Moon only lights up your path a little bit. You do have to rely on your intuition, and this would suggest it's really strong right now. And like three major arcana like this might be a lot more about, this time in your life than just today. And so that the intuition is strong and you're being led by that. You can't see very clearly, so you carefully go down the path, trusting you're going in the right direction. And the Temperance Angel, that's the same thing. You try a little bit of this, you dip a toe in. You are cautious. You accept that things do take time. You want to do it right. You want to be wise. You don't want to take unnecessary risks. So there may be angels helping you to take the next step. That's all you need. I always look at these dogs too. They're sort of helping, aren't they? They're like companions on the journey, aren't they? So as we're walking that path in the moonlight, we may actually be walking our dog. But I think these symbolize companions. They symbolize companions. And then, well, they can symbolize a lot of other things, but today that's how I feel. The Hermit is, fits right here. Oh my gosh, ×3. Because the Hermit has a lamp that lights up only your next steps. It does not it doesn't light up the whole valley. You know what I mean? It just gives you your next steps. And you are meditative. You are in touch with spirit. And that's what's giving you your next steps. There is a lot of supernatural power. And it's the kind of supernatural power that is other and self. Where you feel the oneness. You feel the connection. Because you are an infinite being. So you feel that groundedness in the divine. Wow. Huge. All you need is the next step. That is perfectly all right. because that's what might be wise. So it's not a day to sit there and think and think and think and overthink and try to figure everything out. No, your intuition is very strong. You can trust it, right? It's do the next step. And this hermit, he meditates, so he has that wonderful living in the moment, observing life, experiencing it, because he's not thinking about everything at once. He's trusting. So, great messages in this. Boy, oh boy, is the spirit world talking to you. Right. For those of you who chose this white and gold stone, we have the Tower. We've got the 4 of coins. We got the 3 of wands. All right. So I laugh because it's so... It feels pretty obvious to me. So the Tower is an unexpected event, or there are a lot of unexpected events at this time, right? It's sort of a Tower moment. Things are changing very quickly in this year. And the Tower, it may represent that for you. And it may have you feeling kind of insecure, like, oh gosh, am I going to be able to hang on to my security? And remember, coins can be wealth, it can be health, but it can be the relationships that lend security to us. Are we going to hang on to it? Well, the 4 of coins guy, he sure does. He does. Yeah, it's sort of natural to feel like it's threatened when there's a Tower happening. But we can assume that this means we do hang on to our security. And the 3 of wands, in fact, is like Spirit is saying, in fact, there's opportunity. You've been doing some things. You've been going in a new direction. You've started something here because it's 3 wands, and you're looking for the payoff, and you should expect a payoff in the future. You're watching, you're waiting. And the wand energy is awfully nice. So, sometimes disruptions in our normal routines, our regular lives, are, yes, they leave us feeling insecure. They leave us feeling a little like threatened. But they can open the door to new interests, new enthusiasm, new life-giving kinds of goals. So, and it might not even seem like a huge shift. That sometimes these shifts happen and we can only look back on them 10 years later and realize, oh my gosh, boy, I really grew then. I really grew. There was a lot going on, and Spirit really did use that to make some changes in my life that absolutely needed to happen. So those are terrific readings. I thank you all so very much, and I hope you have a terrific day. Bye-bye.